Hey there everyone, Drew Goldfarb from DGPicks.com with a breakdown of tonight's NHL games. And before we get started, make sure you check out DGPicks.com, also available at patreon.com/Drew Goldfarb, and begin your free 7-day trial for even more content. Today I want to help break down my thought process and how I look at games by comparing tonight's games involving teams from Florida. Both the Lightning and the Panthers are big home favorites, with the Cats a -245 favorite against the visiting Ottawa Senators, and the Bolts a -345 favorite as they host the Columbus Blue Jackets. Money Puck also has both of these teams pretty heavily favored, with Florida given a 65.9% chance to win, Tampa Bay 73.1%. In both cases, the implied odds of taking the favorites on the money line contains a lot of juice. Based on Money Puck simulations, the fair odds would be -194 for Florida, -272 for Tampa Bay. The Ottawa side of the money line actually ends up very slightly in plus EV territory, but that's not the case for either team in the Tampa versus Columbus matchup. So how do we create value, and is it different between these two games? Well, the Panthers have a +58 goal differential this season. Tampa is a +23. Ottawa and Columbus both well into negative goal differential territory. So you'll look over to the puck line, and that's where things get really different between these games. While taking the Panthers to cover would pay out above even money at +106, the Bolts minus the goal and a half only gets you to -140. 32 of Tampa's 43 wins this season have come by multiple goals, a rate of just below 75%. Meanwhile, for Florida, it's 30 out of 48 wins, a rate of 62.5%. Either way, taking Tampa or Florida on the puck line is going to pay out in a high enough percentage of wins that taking them to cover makes way more sense than a basic moneyline bet at these odds. But is it still worth it? Well, for Florida, I'd say yes. The payout is above even money, so you're taking a significant shift and you're talking about getting above even money. On a $100 bet, your potential profit jumps from $41 to $106. On the Tampa side of things, it goes from $29 in profit to $71. Now, for me, I don't want to lay down $100 just for the chance of taking home anything too far below $100. You profit in the long term by hitting at about 55 to 60% of your bets and having most of those wagers hit in the -120 to +120 range. So this is where personal choice just comes into play. Just looking at the numbers, the Tampa side makes more sense. But that bet falls outside of my desired range, especially when giving up a goal and a half. So while I think there's value for the Panthers on the puck line tonight, I'd rather do something else for the Lightning. Zach Werenski leads Columbus in shots on goal this season, averaging a hair below 3 per game. Nikita Kucherov ranks in the top 10 in the NHL in shots on goal this season, averaging 3.9 a game. So if you take Tampa on the 60-minute money line, just taking the Bolts to win in regulation regardless of the margin of victory, and combine it with Kucherov and Werenski for at least 2 shots apiece, you get a payout of -114. You get a similar payout of -116 doing the Bolts to win in regulation, mixed with Kucherov for at least 3 shots on goal tonight. I'm typically a fan of mixing success from each team because you end up with less risk per pick individually, but in this case, I'd rather go with the second option. Kucherov has only gotten to 3 shots in 3 of his last 6 games, but it's 55 out of 76 games played for the season, and the Blue Jackets allow more goals and shots on goal than anyone else other than the San Jose Sharks this season. Of course, this is just a sample of the games that I've broken down in full today. For an in-depth look at more of tonight's games in the NHL and Major League Baseball, head on over to DGPicks.com. Also available at patreon.com/Drew Goldfarb, and sign up for a free 7-day trial. I've got betting picks, tips, and analysis going live throughout the week, and it's all available for free for your first 7 days at DGPicks.com or patreon.com/Drew Goldfarb. Good luck with your bets for today. Be sure to like this video and follow me for more, and tell me who you think will win tonight's games down in the comments. I'll see you next time.